Hi there, welcome to Gaga's Farmhouse. Let me get this iPhone set up. Oh boy. Welcome, it's Friday, and all we're trying to do here in Northern Illinois is keep warm, and that's a challenge. So I am going to warn you today, I'm going to take you down a rabbit hole. And I didn't intend to do this, but the rabbit was calling, so we're going to follow. First of all, I have notes here because, first of all, I'm going to say that Facebook has doubled down on the thumbnail issue. Excuse me. I think I told you yesterday I was anxiously awaiting to see what Facebook was going to do with my thumbnail on yesterday's video, because in the previous ones, all of them I had my mouth wide open. Now, I am not a particularly vain person, but you know, that's not a good look. So yesterday's video, Facebook chose a thumbnail where not only is my mouth wide open, but my eyes are closed, and it's just the oddest look ever. So we'll check again tomorrow. We'll just see how long it takes to get a decent thumbnail. Don't know. As I said, I'll be coughing. COPD, it's a thing. So, also the iPhone has been listening again and whispering in AI's ear. I don't quite understand how all this works. So you mention something, and then AI grabs it, and they go into the file and find every ad to do with that subject that they can find. And then they start bombing you with it. Well, this time, I was speaking with someone and mentioning an event that there is this weekend that I'd like to go with the husband, and it's a bottling event for a local distillery. Now, a little backstory here. Most of the whiskey distilleries are in Tennessee or Kentucky. Tennessee has probably the biggest one, which is Jack Daniel's. We visited that several times. It's very fascinating tours. And then the bourbons are in Kentucky. So that's how it is. But we had a farmer here. He's not very far from us, like maybe it's 5 miles, out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of 1 million acres of corn and soybean fields. And he grew corn for his entire life. I think he was a generational farmer. And he kept telling his kids, we got all this corn, we could be making whiskey. And they thought, oh, this is so funny. Dad thinks he's going to make whiskey, right? So it came to a point that he decided, yeah, I'm going to do that. And he did. He got the equipment. He had his water tested. And here's the interesting thing. The water tested with basically the same minerals and the same pH or whatever as the water in Kentucky where they distill and make those beautiful bourbons. So he went ahead with it. He had when he first opened, he had a little outbuilding next to the barn that he made like a little tasting room. It was really nice. We went there when he first opened. He had a metal, it's like a pole barn that he put his casks in, and they didn't quite know how that would work because it's hard to control the temperature in those pole barns. So, but they found that it helped mature the whiskey much faster, something like that. I don't know much about making whiskey, although I should, because I'm from a long line of moonshiners. Truth. So anyway, I spoke to this person. I said, yeah, we want to go to this bottling event where you could go to the barrel house and pull the thing and fill your own bottle. You don't get a personalized label, but you know, it's just the experience of the thing. So, well, Facebook was listening, and yesterday Facebook suggested I get a facelift, and today Facebook is suggesting that I go get boozed up. Yeah. Here's my list. I started to make the list on 3x5 card. Oh, there wasn't enough room. So I had to go get my fabulous composition book. I love these things. They're still available at the Dollar Tree or the $1.25 tree. So let's see here. I go in and I start get bombed with reels and mostly ads. I think every ad, I think there was only one ad this morning that was not about whiskey. So the first one is telling me that I can reserve my own bourbon barrel, because that's what I need. And I thought it was reserving a whole barrel of bourbon, but in this case that wasn't it. There's two different things you can do. This was to buy a barrel, just the barrel, empty barrel. And another way they word it is buy a cask. And you can make furniture out of it. I could see like a little side table that you put your drink on or something like that. And I didn't check into the price of this, probably kind of expensive. And then let's see, hold on. Then there are watches made from bourbon, from barrels. Did you know that? They cut the wood up and they polish it, make it all up. Might get one for my son because they are pretty nice looking. Then there are barrel investments. Now this is a real barrel of bourbon. I went into this one. This requires you to be an accredited investor. I don't know if I look like an accredited investor. 200,000 a year income. I'm out already. Or 1 million in total assets. I might have to get on the market and see what a million yen is. I might have a million yen. I don't know, but I don't have $1 million. I know that. And then, with exclamation points, diversify your portfolio. Yeah, I could just imagine calling Gus, my financial advisor in Arkansas, and say, I want to buy barrels. Okay, then there's Wood Creek Distillers. This is a good one. William H. Macy is their shill. He has his own whiskey label, and you can buy a bottle of his whiskey, which is actually rye whiskey. Now, when we went to a whiskey tasting at the aforementioned distillery here in DeKalb, Illinois, we sat around in a circle and they gave us whiskeys, was maybe a half shot of whiskey. And they passed it out and we all tasted. And I was getting a little concerned because I'm the designated driver here and it's getting a little iffy. And the last sample they gave us was rye whiskey, which William A. Macy, drinks. And I will tell you that rye whiskey will set your hair on fire. I couldn't finish that. I gave it to somebody else. I'm like, I'm driving. This is ridiculous. Anyway, William H. Macy's rye whiskey is $198 a bottle. And they said, get yours now. So I thought, oh, let's go see. It's out of stock. I don't know how many bottles they had, but man, they're buying his rye whiskey. There is an opportunity for me to get a bottle, but I'd have to go to Lebanon, Tennessee. I've been there, but I don't know if it's worth a road trip to go get Bill Macy's rye whiskey. Then there's Barrel Stone. They don't sell bourbon, but they sell cork coasters. Everybody's in on the bandwagon here. And there are magazines and mystery boxes. Marketing. But the best of all, I'll say for last. And that is Maker's Mark. Now, Maker's Mark is the one that they dip the bottle in the red wax and then it drips down the bottle. I think I've had it before. I'm not really a whiskey drinker. I drink gin. My husband is a big bourbon fan, and I have had it, and I do like a good old-fashioned, but it's not particularly my go-to. So anyway, here's an ad for Maker's Mark. And it says I can be an ambassador. Holy cow. Like, they want this person to be an ambassador. So I get in there. I go in. First thing they need for me to get in their site is they need my birth date. And to get in, I think I had to give my birth date twice. Twice the humiliation, folks. Here's an opportunity for an ambassador. I had to choose a password. So this is where I had a little fun. And I don't know if I don't think AI is conscious yet. But if they're conscious and they talk to each other, I wanted to give them something to talk about. So part of my password is boozy old lady. Okay? That'll give them a laugh or two. This ambassadorship is offered at no charge. Oh, sorry. Then they offer me the opportunity at no charge to put my name on a barrel and follow its progress through the barrel house into bottling eventually. Oh yes, I'm all over that. And they showed one of the barrels, and they take a big Sharpie marker, put your name in it. I'm all over that, man. I'm securing my legacy right there with my name on a barrel, okay? So, but then I go into the portal where I can follow my barrel, and they say, okay, your name's gonna be on the barrel, and we're gonna put it in the barrel house, and you can follow it for the next 8 years. But that's sink in for a bit. 8 years until it's gonna be ready to bottle. Okay, let's do the math. 78 plus 8 equals 86. That is extremely optimistic, okay? That's optimistic. So my granddaughter, Miss P, will be transitioning into middle school at that time. I hope I'm still here by then. But I find that to be, well, maybe that will be my, my goal. My goal is to live long enough to bottle my bourbon, okay? So I think that's it for today. That's enough. I mean, I could go on because I could go in my Facebook right now and there would be 50 more. It's kind of funny because I almost kind of want to come up a subject of the day and see what happens, but that might get a little boring. So I invite you all to have a great day and join me tomorrow at Gaga's farmhouse, because what I think we will be doing, and what are you going to do here on the prairie when it's, 3 below zero? We might knit chickens, okay? And there are people that knit sweaters for chickens, but we're going to knit chickens. So join me tomorrow. Bye.